What's going on, YouTube world? We're finally here for video number 2. It's been about a year. Should have done about 10, 12 videos by now, but I'm back. I've, uh, I'm definitely back. I'm gonna get back in the swing of things. Quick shout out to Sean for asking me where the hell these videos have been during our Q&A on Friday. I definitely needed that little kick in the butt. I've been I've had notes. I've been ready to do this for some weeks now, but every little excuse I've allowed myself to have, I've taken it on and allowed myself to not do these videos. But we're here now. The camera's rolling, and I'm gonna go with it. Now, originally I was gonna do a review over Charlamagne tha God's Black Privilege, but since that time, as you can guess, I've just allowed myself to go back into old ways of thinking, ways that have been more negative. So of course I've talked myself out of doing these reviews. I've talked myself out of doing a lot of different things that I had plans on doing. But I did read a book a couple months ago that I'm actually going to do this review over. And during reading this book, after reading this book, it definitely got me back into more of a motivating mindset. So I just felt appropriate to actually do the review over this book. And we can save the Charlamagne tha God book for another time. But today, our review is going to be over What Are You Thinking by Darius the Professor Wise. Excellent book. If I had 2 thumbs available, I'd give it 2 thumbs up. But dope book, very dope book. Basically, the premise over this book is Darius wants to invoke of us the I guess idea that we can think about what we think about. We actually have the capability to be aware of our thoughts, and a lot of times, I would say most times, we don't take any time to be aware of what we're actually thinking. We just kind of go with the flow of our thoughts. So this book is something that has opened my eyes to that. Things that I've read about and have known before, but just in his style of writing and the way that he put things together in this book, it just definitely struck something within me. And just a basic overview of the book, it's I think 21 chapters, about 175 pages. It's a quick read, so that's right up my alley because I'm definitely not a speed reader by any means. So if something's a quick read and it catches my attention, I know I can get through it fairly quickly. Hey, now I got the 2 thumbs. It's 2 thumbs up in my book for that. But after each chapter, he has a section called What Now that gives about anywhere between like 3 to 5, 6 action steps on what you can do to address the issues that's laid out in each chapter, which I think is dope as well. It's not anything that you can't take anything away from the book. He actually has some actions that you can actually take to go along with those things that he just made you aware of. I do want to give just a quick notation over Darius because I think he at least deserves that. So I did write some notes, so I'm going to go over that briefly, and then we want to get into this review. So Darius the Professor Wise is a certified trainer and neuro coach who's based out of the Baltimore, Maryland area. He's the host of the Saturday morning blog talk radio show Wise Words with Darius. He's the founder and CEO of Wise Decisions, LLC. It's an organization committed to preparing young adults to focus on the mindset necessary to face life's challenges. Darius can be reached at his website, www.iamdariuswise.com. Yep, that's correct. He's also active on Facebook at Wise Decisions LLC, Twitter at Darius Wise, YouTube. He can be found Darius A. Wise, and also on Instagram at Darius A. Wise as well. So I definitely recommend that you guys check him out. He's got some good content on there. He'll post some of his radio show on his Facebook account, I believe, as well too. So definitely reach out to him. His book is available on Amazon right now. You can also go to his website once again, which is iamdariuswise.com, and pick it up there. That's where I picked the book up from. And mahoganybooks.com as well. I believe it's available there. That's actually where I seen it, was on mahoganybooks.com, and then I visited his website and got on it from there. But now I definitely want to get into this review. Like I said, dope book. I can't wait to get into it. So on that note, let's do it. Key point number 1 in the book, What Are You Thinking, is based on chapter 2, which is entitled You Are What You Think. Now, if you're looking at this review, you are probably familiar with a lot of personal development speakers. You've probably read other personal development type books as well. And the recurring theme of you are what you think is something that you've probably heard many times. And honestly, it's probably something that you should hear many, many more times just because of that repetition. We really don't think about that we become those things that we think about. If we look at the line of like be, do, have, the be is those thoughts that we constantly think, especially when we mix them with emotion, they become our beliefs. And those beliefs will eventually dictate the actions that we take throughout our day. And it's those actions that will bring us our results. So hence the term, you are what you think. I wrote a note here. He actually had a dope quote. It basically said, we don't attract what we say we want, we attract what we believe ourselves to be. This struck a nerve with me because immediately what I thought about, I remember hearing Les Brown on the Quote of the Day show one time. And I don't know if this was an original quote from him, but he once said in one of his public speaking events that you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. And when I heard it, I knew it was significant, but to be honest with you, I didn't understand what the hell he just said. But I knew it was something significant, and that quote always stuck with me. And after reading this quote here, basically just saying that, we attract those things what we believe ourselves to be, it just put those two quotes together. I had better understanding of what Les Brown was saying then, because it's very true. Like when you believe yourself to be good at something, you take the appropriate actions to bring those things to fruition. If you believe yourself not to be good at something, you don't take those actions because you already believe, I'm not capable of doing that, I'm not worthy to have that. If you believe yourself to be good with money, you're going to do those things to manage your money to probably make it grow. If you don't believe yourself capable of being in a loving relationship, you're going to do those actions that self-sabotage, or on the flip side, not do those things that's going to make you a lovable person as you believe. When we make those type of excuses, and this is going to be getting to our second point, our mind will do everything it can to confirm those. All right, so it's very important not to make those excuses. It's very important to, as much as you can, be aware of those thoughts that you have, those negative thoughts that you have, and begin to reframe those to be more positive thoughts. So that way we can begin to believe that we are capable of doing those things that we really want to do. It's crazy. We can say all the time, like, I want more money, but if you don't believe that you're capable of having more money, or being able to manage that money, or if you don't believe that you're worthy of having that money, you're never going to have that money. So we have to do the things necessary in order to make those thoughts, those conscious thoughts, a belief that we have. And the importance of that, we're actually going to get into that with the second point here, which is be careful what you're fighting for. Key point number 2 in the book, What Are You Thinking, is based on chapter 5, which once again is be careful what you think about. Be careful what you fight for. Both of them ring true, but the actual chapter is entitled Be Careful What You're Fighting For. Darius definitely hits on this major point in the book several times, that the mind consists of 2 parts. Now, there's your thinker and there's your prover. It's the job of the thinker to think thoughts, obviously, but it's the job of the prover to prove the thinker right in whatever the thinker is thinking at that time. So, Thinking about that. If you are constantly thinking about what you're not, if you're constantly thinking about what you can't have, what you can't do, what you're not smart enough to do, what you're not creative enough to do, your mind is going to prove you right. I heard Will Smith accept an award, and I forget who he quoted in saying this, but he said, "He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right." It's the job of your mind to prove you right. And on the flip side of that, we have to think about how powerful our minds are. Now, there are good reasons why we always think in a fear-based or negative fashion. It's more of a protective type deal, but we have to flip that. We have to get our mind in more of a positive state, and more of a believing that we are capable, believing that we are smart enough, believing that we are creative enough state, because we want to thrive in this world, right? We want to be successful. We want to have the things that our conscious minds thinks of having. Darius had another quote within this book, and I've actually heard this on the Quote of the Day show before. I can't think about who said this. It's probably some Jim Rohn or Wayne Dyer type quote, because it sounds like one of them. But he said, if you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. And I know I've been guilty of this, still guilty of this. People that I know, my girl in particular, will tell me all the time things that I should be doing, things that they see in me that I'm capable of doing. And the minute I hear that, I just spew back limitations. I'm not capable of doing this. I don't have the education to do this. I don't have the skills to do this. I don't think I'm smart enough to do this. People aren't gonna listen to what I have to say. And I get to keep those limitations. If I keep saying that, my mind is like, okay, it's gonna find everything justifiable to what I said to prove myself right. And we have to flip that, because that's powerful. Now, if I'm hearing those same things and I'm like, okay, before I react, just really digest what they're saying and not allow myself to speak on that negative first, and just, okay, I got you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And then allow myself to say, I am capable. Or we could just go to what Les Brown said, something that has been kind of a personal mantra to me. Just tell yourself it's possible. You might not be able to even see it like that right now, but just tell yourself it's possible. It's possible. And you just go with that. It's possible. It's possible. And your mind is going to prove you right on that. It's possible. Just tell yourself it's possible. Remember, he who says he can't and he who says he can, they are both right. They are both right. Okay? It's all about our beliefs and our expectations. And speaking of the word expectations, this is going to get into our third key point of this book is what do you expect? So let's go ahead and get into that one. Key point number 3 in the book, What Are You Thinking?, is based on chapter 11 entitled, What Did You Expect? When we create an expectation in our minds, it's based on the belief that we can actually achieve what it is that we say that we want. So if you believe that you can achieve it, that expectation is that I can have this. On the flip side of that, if you don't believe it, you're not going to have it. So regardless of how many times you may say that you want something, if that expectation, which is really rooted in your subconscious or unconscious level, if they are button heads, your actions are always going to be based on that subconscious or unconscious level. So your actions, you're going to go into autopilot. You're going to do those things or not do those things to bring that I can't have or I can't do expectations into fruition. So it's important that we go with that mantra, it's possible, once again, to at least kickstart the belief that I can have those things that I say I want. I can do those things that I say I can have. Because we make our actions based upon our expectations. Even going all the way back to point number 1, like our actions based on our beliefs. Beliefs and expectations are basically the same thing. So our actions are based on those things that we expect. If I expect to have a certain amount of money that's greater than where I am right now, I'm gonna do things such as open a bank account. My man Sean always talks about, and which I've done already, is, open an internet banking account like Ally, something like that that's free, is good little interest rate on that. But open up an account and expect yourself to have money coming soon. Start reading books on money management, how you can make that money that you get grow. Start doing those things. You start doing those things that match your level of expectation. So actually, one point, I didn't get this from the book, but based on the chapter, when I'm not seeing the results that I say that I want, I actually asked myself what the chapter is based on now, and I asked myself, well, what did you expect? I always go back, what did you expect, JC? What did you expect? Because I said I wanted this to happen, but obviously I'm not getting those results. So what did you expect? And that's my way of going back into being aware of my thoughts that I had, my real thoughts that I had, those the subconscious level thoughts that I had that made me do those things that I wasn't even really aware of, or not do those things that I wasn't even aware of, not take those actions that I should have taken, and begin to really reframe my thought process on that. So that's one key idea. I just offer that up to y'all. Just ask yourself, what did you expect when you're getting those negative results, or when you're not getting the results that you thought that you should have, when you thought that you were thinking on a different level, and comes to find out you have some deep-rooted opposing thoughts to what you may say that you want. Ask yourself, what did I expect, self? Whatever your name is, what did I expect? That's what I've been doing. I think it's definitely helped me, and it's something that's not easy, because you got to really sit back and just be in a good mind frame to be introspective and think about, all right, so obviously I'm not getting these results. What do I really feel about myself? Where is this fear coming from? Where is this doubt coming from? And give yourself the chance to really let those feelings come up. And I guarantee you, once you address them, you will start making the moves that you need to make in order to get those things that you say that you want. And just go back to it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. All right. We're going to get into our last key point. Once again, it's 21 chapters. I'm just going to go over 4 here. But our last key point is start first, learn while doing. Key point number 4 in the book, What Are You Thinking?, is based on chapter 11, entitled Start First, Learn During. Chapter 17 and chapter 11 are the chapters in this book that I have to keep rereading and rereading and rereading and rereading to myself. This one is a major chapter for me. Even as I'm doing this video right now, this chapter is speaking to me. I'm one of those type of people that I feel like I have to know everything. All the steps have to be laid out before I do it. And truth be told, it just it don't work that way, because I'm not gonna learn everything before I actually step out and do it. I have to take the steps to do this thing first, and then learn while I'm doing it. Right? I have to do that. Part of it is the fear that I have, and Darius addresses this in his book as well. He said, if you're scared, say you're scared. Like right now, I'm scared doing this video. Right? I'm fidgeting a little bit. I can see myself kind of rocking back and forth in this chair while I'm doing this. I'm probably not being my full authentic self, just because I feel like I have to play to the camera a little bit. And that's fine. This is video number 2. I just got to keep telling myself it's video number 2, right? I look forward to doing many more videos, and years later looking back on this video and other videos and just cringe at the quality of it and at my performance, but at the same time being proud of myself, because that's when I started. That's when I took this journey, and that's when the learning really took place. The learning happens in the doing. So I look forward to putting this terrible video out, taking the constructive criticism that I need to take, and just learning from this video, you know, looking back on this and learning from it. But it's the process, and this chapter is very dope in just pointing those things out. Another quote that I take from Les Brown, he said, if something is worth doing badly. And not the badly in that you have the motivation of fire to do it. The badly is that you're going to suck at doing it. The quality is not going to be up to par. Your performance is not going to be up to par. But it's worth doing because you're going to get better. And that's part of me putting this video out right now. Because my mind is screaming, all right, you got to stop this and redo this whole video. It's got to be perfect. But I'll be doing this video until I die, because it's never going to be perfect. Right, we all notice that, but we all know that. But I'm gonna put the video out anyways, right? People gonna critique it, people gonna see it. Some people gonna like it, some people not gonna like it. That's cool, you know. We do the thing anyways, because I'm gonna put more videos out. I'm gonna branch off into doing other things. I'm gonna get better at this process. But this is the beginning of my learning in this, and you know, far too many of us, we just think everything has to be known and laid out yet. In the great book, The 1%er's Mind, I believe at the very beginning, Sean lays out like 21 things that 1%ers do, and one of them is, I think the very last one states that a 1%er starts with the what and ends with the how. Right? Starts with the what, ends with the how. So the what is, I need to do this video. I need to get comfortable in doing this video. The how is, you know, how I'm gonna continue to come up with content for these videos, how this thing is gonna evolve, the learning processes that come with that, the people that I'm gonna meet that's gonna help me with all of this, and we just gonna play it from there. But you know, I believe myself to be a 1%er at heart. It's gonna come out eventually, but dope chapter in this book. I definitely highly recommend this book. Once again, 2 thumbs up. But I appreciate you guys. If you follow through in this whole video, I appreciate you watching this. Once again, as I stated before, if there's any other books that you feel like I should review, I know I'm currently reading Life Unlocked right now, which is an excellent book. I highly encourage that you read that one as well, because it's bringing up a lot of unconscious fears that I didn't realize I had as well. So that might be the next book that I review. I'm really into like these brain science books right now, so that's probably gonna be the key reviews that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be getting into my coaching education pretty soon here. It's gonna be starting in March, I believe. So I'm excited about that. I delayed myself from that process, but it's full go on this now. So when that comes up, I'll probably be doing some videos related on the things that I learned from that as well too. So excited about everything that's coming. Definitely excited about everything that's coming. And once again, I appreciate just all the feedback that was given to me from the first video. I appreciate all the feedback that will be given to me on this video. Facebook, Jason L. Clinton. You can find me there. I'm finally on Instagram at RunJLC, so you can find me on there as well. Follow me. I put up a lot of posts based on me running. I do a Get Your Mind Right Monday, so I'll just put on different quotes on that. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Video number 2 is in the books. Looking forward to video number 3. I'm out, folks.